Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Michelle Hayward, founder of the tech company Positive Hire. And today I have with me a very, very special guest. Some of you, hopefully many of you, will get to meet her and hear her excellence next week. This is Lynne Maureen Hurdle. She is the conflict closer, and she is part of one of the speakers for our Women of Color in STEM Virtual Summit, and she is absolutely the best at teaching and breaking down how to resolve conflict. So, Lynn and I met a few years ago, and I absolutely fell in love with her because she's like, Michelle, what you should do is this. And she literally gave me tactical steps on how to improve my communication skills. So I just knew from then, and when I say tactical steps, I'm an engineer, right? I'm civil. Maybe not civilized, but I'm civil. And she really gave me an approach I can understand on an analytical side. And I think that's truly, truly important, especially for many other Latina, Black, and Native women who are STEM professionals who can be very analytical. Many of us are introverts. So communication is highly important to and for us, especially when it comes to our careers. Hey, Linda. Hey, Tawana. Thanks for joining. So, Lynn, why don't you tell everybody a bit about yourself?
All right. Hey, everybody. Lynne Maureen Hurdle, conflict closer. Number one, I hail from the Bronx. So, seeing lots of conflict. Not that conflict isn't everywhere, but in the Bronx, we definitely have our fair share. I've been in this work for actually now 40 years of really helping people to have the kinds of conversations that people tend to find difficult to have. And yet, at the same time, conflict is everywhere. We may not acknowledge and recognize that some things are conflict, we tend to think of the larger thing as conflict rather than the everyday misunderstandings, the everyday interactions with our coworkers, with our boss, with our family, with our friends, with strangers. The conflict can happen and does happen on a regular basis. And I was introduced to the work really through a racial incident where my life was on the line. And I actually thought that I had the intentions of going into entertainment. But after that particular incident, I knew that there was something in me and in my purpose that was here for helping people to have the kinds of conversations where we can really talk about the way that we relate to one another, the communication styles, the differences, and the places where we can come together and agree. I've worked in as a consultant in corporate spaces, in nonprofits, in education spaces, everything from K through university levels, traveled the world, actually helping people really learn how to resolve conflicts or implement systems that help their whole communities and businesses learn to resolve conflicts. And I love it. I enjoy the work. I have a very people are like, what? Why are you so happy that this conflict is happening in my life? Because it's an opportunity for you to grow and to learn more about yourself, rather than just say, I need to get rid of this in my life.
I love it. I love it. Now, one thing that I want to point out, she said 40 years. 40, not, she started yesterday. It is 40 years, and she was driven to it by a racial incident. That says a lot that when you commit 40 years, you are absolutely an expert in this field. Hey, Tamara. Hey, Shelly. So, now, one thing about Lynn, her expertise, she has not, like she said, she teaches it, but she's also a published author. Can you tell everybody a bit about your book?
Yes, my book is really about closing conflict for leaders, and it is really about developing a team that is happy to work for you because you are the kind of leader that actually knows how to take on conflict and to resolve it, actually first engage in it and then resolve it in really productive and powerful and confident ways. And into this work. But in it, I give a lot of techniques and stories about conflict and how you can use different techniques to actually, number one, go for it, right? Because most people avoid it. And number two, engage in it really powerfully, productively. And number three, to actually resolve it, whether it's resolvable in that space or over time. And then to hold that so that not only does your confidence build, but your skill set builds as well.
I love it. So that book, I want the ladies who are in the Positive Hire community to know this is one of our books we'll be reading this year. So, so if you go ahead and you purchase it, I'll be sure to share the link and the information in the summit next week so that you have it available to you. You can purchase it. You can read it ahead of time, especially if you need this right now. If conflict, especially in your workplace, or like for instance, every day in your life, is something that you're encountering, it's really, really important that you're in her session on Tuesday, February 18th at 7 p.m. East Coast time. Now, you're like, okay, so she's written a book. She's done it for 40 years. Okay, you're not convinced yet. Okay, that's fine. Let me tell you a little bit. She has graced the stage of TEDx. Yes. So you don't get on TEDx just because. You actually have to know how to deliver content. You also have to have a powerful message in which you are delivering. So do not think I brought y'all somebody who kind of sort of know communication. She was up on a stage communicating with people that is being shared for years. Those videos move around for decades. So now, Lynne, let's talk about your TEDx experience.
So my TEDx experience is actually really funny because, and Michelle says, yes, like maybe you're not convinced, but let me just tell you how I even got the TEDx, because that's the real story. I was on Facebook one day and received a direct message from a young woman who I met her one time at a retreat where I was speaking about conflict. I was doing a workshop about conflict for women, and she and I roomed together. Apparently, not only my workshop, but our time together made an impression on her, because this was 6 years later, out of the blue. We were not friends on Facebook. She direct messaged me and said, I am in charge of putting together a TEDx event in Washington, D.C., and they want to do something on conflict, and I immediately thought of you. 6 years later, she immediately thought of me. All right, so that's really, to me, the power of what I do and of the impact that it has on other people. And it's interesting, when you go hear the TEDx talk, it's not actually about conflict that she was talking about. It's about the conflict around the hate that's directed at late in this country, but that is still about conflict. And like I said, the way that I got to the TEDx stage was through doing powerful work with this group of powerful women, actually.
I love it. I love it. So that is how you communicate so well until you get invited to the TEDx stage. I'm just saying, maybe Lynne knows what she's doing.
Maybe.
Now, this is not the first time Lynne has been a part of the summit. Back in 2017, she wrote this article in this little old magazine. It's called like Psychology Today.
Yes, it is. And I actually write a regular column for Psychology Today.
So, y'all know, I just watched, somebody regular on, she don't know much about communication. She don't know much about getting published, in Psychology Today, or getting invited to TEDx, or publishing a book, or traveling. Now, I want you somebody who's about improving your communication on a regular basis.
Yes.
and understands the difficulty women of color have, especially in the workplace. So, Lynne, let's talk about your column on psychology today. What you share and where they can find it. And
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you, Psychology Today, my column is about breaking culture. So when you want to talk about women of color, especially in the workplace, I talk about all kinds of issues that have to do with conflict and culture. So the article that Michelle's talking about is about the cultural gatekeepers, right? That was my very first article. And again, the power of that is that it was that article that got the editor of Psychology Today to say, yes, we want you to write for us, because she said, this sounds interesting. Send me a draft of what you would say. And I did, and she's like, yep, this is it. So I write about all kinds of things, including the communication styles that may be different for women, for people of color, the kinds of things that diversity trainings bring up. A lot of what I do is work around conflict and culture and diversity. It's a particular interest of mine because I recognize from the very beginning years of my being in the work that there was a very white-centric, Eurocentric format to the way that people were teaching conflict resolution. And it just didn't fly with people that I knew of color. I was working in New York City in the heart of communities of color, and I was mediating at the civil court level. And the thing about, well, you have to wait until someone finishes speaking, and you can't be emotional or animated. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but we don't do conflict like that. And the other piece was the whole piece about passivity. So we talk about Asian cultures, right? And how passivity is looked at as being as being afraid, as being someone who's actually not doing work. For me, one of the most powerful tools I use is silence. And people actually do not know the power of silence. And a lot of cultures that get pegged with this passive label are actually doing some really serious work in the silence. So I talk about all different subjects around culture and conflict in that column.
So now you know she has the book. She has the TEDx you can go look for, the DC one, and a regular column in Psychology Today. This is why I have Lynne Maureen Hurdle as one of our speakers for the Women of Color in STEM Summit. Now, let me tell you, it's called Redefine Fail, Foundation to Advance. I forget what the I is. I'm drawing. The L is lead. I don't know why I'm drawing the board, but it never fails, right? But one of the biggest and the most important things when it comes to women of color is communicating. Like you said, women communicate differently. And in a white male-driven industry, it is very, very important that we have very good communication skills. So Lynne, and in this particular summit, we're focusing on STEM women of color leaders. And what is that like to have your voice heard, especially when it's a stressful time. Decisions have to be made. You may not have all the information. How do you communicate? Or like Lynne says, you sit in silence and you listen. And I can absolutely agree with you on this, Lynne. Working in construction, and a lot of times it wasn't my meeting I was leading. It was like I was the fifth one down, right? And I would sit there and listen. And it's a conference call. And I can absolutely tell you that contract is mine. I just knew my voice. Like, how you know? I said, I listened to him. I said, nothing made sense. I said, even the inflection of the voice was off. They said, man, that stuff together. It's complete line. They're going to be late. I said, matter of fact, let's go take a ride and we can look. and we would go look at pictures. He was like, "You right, they're not gonna make it." I can listen to them. They don't know what's going on. They're clueless. And of course, if the client was, in the conversation, so the client wasn't hearing what we were hearing. The client was believing what the contractor was saying. Like, yeah, you're going to have to send the client some pictures. Maybe they'll see it.
Right. Because people don't recognize all of that communication technique. Like you said, the inflection of the voice, body language. There's so many different things, and then you throw into where we are right now in society. There are so many different ways to communicate, and then they all have their pluses and minuses, and yet still, like, people are communicating so much more by text. It used to be email was something that you really did have to learn how to communicate well on, and still do. But now when you throw text in, people are having full-fledged, out and out, really important conversations through text, which has no way of telling you what's really behind the meaning, what's the inflection, what's their facial, what their face telling you, all of those kinds of things. And yet it's still, we're not throwing these things out. We have to learn how to communicate the best way possible through all of these different modes of communication.
I absolutely agree. I'm the person like, look, I'm tired of texting. Let me just call. Can we just clear this up in 2 minutes? 5-minute conversation to a 30-minute text message exchange.
Right. But the other thing too is that you're talking about companies that have age ranges too, right? So someone who would say, this is not a text conversation, but they're talking to someone who, yeah, it is a text conversation because that's how we communicate. So how do you work effectively with intergenerational employees, right? And coworkers and bosses. Yeah, some of us our bosses are the age of our children, right? And still, we have to work with them, and we have to be supervised by them. So, yeah.
I know some places have messaging, right? And it's like, no, you can't message like certain hours. Like, you have to get up and go and talk to your coworker. We need you to have this. But you could, but they're 6 feet away.
Right.
To 6 feet. And they literally purposefully block out time for there to be human engagement, so there's less, exchanges and distractions sometimes. And it works. You have to find that right mix, and you also have to find out how each person communicates.
Yes, and you have to know how to communicate. That's all well and good. I love when that is happening because it's really important. But if you aren't used to communicating well, particularly when there is a conflict, then your time interacting with that coworker face to face is not going to be productive, and if anything, it has the potential to escalate the conflict situation.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you see why you need to register for next week's summit? Lynne is going to be dropping some very important tactics and strategies when it comes to communicating as a leader. And even if you're even if you are like, Michelle, I'm an engineer one, I'm a scientist one, I'm at the very beginning of my career. Communication is now. It was even before you were born. It was a tweet I shared on my Instagram that says, your mother's the only one who leaves you a voicemail and says, hi, this is your mom. I've been hearing your voice since before I was born. I was in the womb. If nobody's voice, I recognize it. So communication has been happening even before you were born.
That's right. Absolutely. And let me just throw in one more thing in case, I still don't know if she's the one. I live this work every single day, which means that I do not teach techniques that I do not use in my everyday life. And where I use them the most, believe it or not, is with my sons. Yes, I'm a mother. let me tell you something. What you do in the personal is going to show up at some point in your business. It just is. And so that's why these skills are applicable to everyday life, no matter what it is you're doing, no matter who it is you're interacting with.
Lynne, thank you so much for coming on today. We have our guest, Shelly's like impact. Tamara's like, this is so good, Lynne. Can't wait to hear more.
Yay, Tamara, wait for you to experience more.
Exactly. So come join us for next week's Women of Color in STEM Virtual Summit. Lynne is speaking on Tuesday. So when you go and ask which category, be sure you select all of them.
Yes.
Select all of them.
That's right.
She is definitely under communication, obviously, and her talk will pop up if you already registered. No, I skipped over that communication one. How do I go back? You can go back. You can log back in. If you're having issues logging in, just send an email to info.positivehire.co, and one of our team members will go in on the back end and add you to her session. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Lynne,
Yes.
it's great to see you. We haven't seen each other in real life in
about a minute.
I know. So, okay, y'all, we'll do this afterwards. Thank you so much for joining me, Lynne.
Thank you so much for having me. I love that you continue to invite me because it's an honor.
All right, everybody. I will be back here on LinkedIn on Wednesday with Tamara McLemore. If you're on Facebook and you follow the Positive Hire Co. Facebook business page, I will be on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. with Lisa Anderson, who has 25 years in HR. She will be talking about the leadership skills, executive presence that women of color need to go from middle management to the executive level. So come and join us. Then just keep watching my page. I'll be posting notices when I will be introducing more of our speakers. Everybody have a great day.